Hello viewers, Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot. Let's have a look at the week ahead. We've got some I guess, significant things happening across the globe. Of course, we've got the UK. In the UK, we've got Boris Johnson sending two versions of a letter to the EU. One's unsigned, asking for an extension. The other is signed, saying that he doesn't feel the extension should be granted. So he's obviously hedging his bets, not wanting to step outside of legal jeopardy, although a letter unsigned is not enforcing. But it could be that he knows that a general election will be called soon. And if he's re-elected Prime Minister, that would be a mandate to exit Brexit pretty well straight away. So that's over in the UK. 1 million people march to. They just, whether they are Remain or Leave doesn't matter. What matters is that they feel that they were lied to back in 2015, 16 in the lead up to Brexit and the referendum. They didn't have the full facts, and so they want another say. A general election would be that if another referendum on Brexit wasn't held. So we've got that happening in the UK. We've got the elections in Canada, and we've got this unfolding. I guess Trump has walked back his decision to hold the G7 at Doral. I feel that was he understood he would be in legal peril, and there was a hell of a political backlash. But I do feel, I've read on this before, and I do feel that it was tied into those articles of impeachment and emoluments violations, potential emoluments violations, strengthening that case. So I think he received legal advice, and that's ultimately why he walked it back. I also feel, I've also read and had a look at Mick Mulvaney, and I do feel he's not long for the White House. I feel that they've already got someone lined up, and he'll be announcing his resignation shortly. So there's a couple of predictions for you before we even pull some cards. So let's have a look at the week ahead for Donald Trump. Of course, we've got his biographer saying that he's always been paranoid, and his worst nightmares are coming true now with impeachment, threats of impeachment, and of course he'll just continue to disintegrate. And I do feel that's what we're seeing now. Okay, so let's have a look at what the week ahead is like for Donald Trump. I feel like I'm getting an image of the emperor on their throne, and they've actually got reading glasses, almost like the French aristocrats had. So instead of the glasses sitting on their face, they would have a stick with their glasses on. I feel he's having trouble seeing reality. And also seeing his way toward decision making. So he may even be a little bit, I won't say paralysed, but emotionally he's like, I just see this swirling energy that's really stopping him from taking decisive action or right action, but just being able to see clearly. So let's have a look at what the week ahead, because if he can't see, he's going to make mistakes, basically. What's the week ahead like for Trump? What's the week ahead? What can we expect the week ahead for Trump? Okay, so I had a dream last night that another whistleblower, a female whistleblower, might be coming forward. I don't know when, but I had that dream. So the Congress, the lawmakers are on Trump's mind this week. They are the signifier card. I wouldn't underestimate the vote in the House to decry Trump's decisions in Syria, but this is also the impeachment inquiry as well. He can't see clearly. He cannot see clearly politically. This is it's in the challenge position. So the leadership card, and then we've got the challenge, the 7 of Cups, illusions and delusions. So, yeah, he could even be trying to push those conspiracy theories, which are not anchored in reality and which are very obviously not anchored in reality. His search for the democratic server in Ukraine, as I understand it, there's hundreds of democratic servers. And they're all located in the US. So we've got the Sun card, we've got illumination, and so I do feel this is connecting with the Seven of Cups. We're actually going to see his delusional thinking on display a little bit more this week. He's in the past. He's sitting here in the past as the Emperor, which is how he presented at the beginning of this reading. And the Emperor had to have those looking glass or glasses because he couldn't really see clearly here. He can't also. I'm going to the impeachment inquiry. We've had that. We've had Matt Gaetz coming out and saying, and this is a line that's being pushed by the GOP, that that they're not being given any information. And of course, the Republican committee members, they can't say anything as well. They're unable to see what the lawmakers are doing, and this has got to do with his walk back of Dorrell, and I'll get to that in a minute. However, potentially we've got him trying to get away with something, and I do feel that this is a desperate card. That I do feel that when I read before that his time is up in the presidency, people are understanding that, and they're wanting to get whatever they can out of his presidency before he leaves. I think you can expect some more of this, some more decisions like we had in Syria. Is this Afghanistan? I don't know. There's some other decision that's likely to come forward. However, we've got the whistleblower here, so this is what's going to happen this week. We've got a spy in the camp, if you like, but we've got some more information coming out about something he's done in the past. The dam walls have burst. All right, so right now we've got Pelosi and the Democrats and the impeachment inquiry. That's what's on his mind, the whistleblowers as well. Trying to get away with something that's interesting. Trump Organization with this Ten of Pentacles. Because we had that article in the New York Times talking about his potential tax fraud and bank fraud as well in the New York Attorney General's office is investigating that, and Michael Cohen is cooperating with that. That's a state-based investigation. We've also got SDNY Berman. There is investigating this whole Ukrainian issue. There were indictments for the two Ukrainian businessmen. What's on his mind? Fear, his debts to others, Six of Pentacles. This is also his monetary issues as well. And Ace of Cups, new starts in the sky. What's he thinking? We've got the voters. Okay, he's thinking toward 2020 and he's very, very insecure that he won't be re-elected. Let's have a look at the base of the reading. We've got the impeachment itself, the movement to remove Trump from office. We've got him standing down, the Eight of Cups, and again, the timelines that I've given. December is a key month, then we move into January, February, and I do feel by March, April, he's gone. We've got the Two of Swords here, having to make a decision. The decision is to stand down. The Nine of Pentacles has come out reversed, so not having enough financial resources to meet his needs. I feel money is on his mind, and we've got the loans and the debts, also his tax returns and justice coming his way, and we've got Russia in the frame. So all of these things are bubbling away with Trump to the point where he's also he's extremely anxious and he can't really see. There is a smoke screen. He could even be receiving some kind of care as well for any health problems that he might have. I just feel that there is an inability to see things clearly this week with him. But this is a potential future, so I do feel that he's got something else up his sleeve. Let's see if we can drill down on this Seven of Swords and just see what that might be. I do feel with the Page of Swords also there could be another whistleblower coming forward this week. Let's have a look. What's going on? Theft and betrayal. You know, I just had a thought then. This could be the GOP, the Republicans themselves could be thinking about betraying Trump. Let's see if we can drill down and see what this is all about. Okay, get all these cards put away and then give them a good shuffle. Seven of Swords. Tell me about the Seven of Swords. Theft, betrayal, a strategy to try and get away with something. What is this? Tell me about this, Spirit. Strategy to try and get away with something. Donald Trump on his mind this week. This is in the potential future. What's he thinking of, Spirit? What is this strategy to try and get away with something? Strategy to try and get away with something. Of course, with Trump, it could be any number of things. Tell me about this Seven of Swords. So we'll leave that as our signifier card. Tell me about this Seven of Swords, Spirit. Trump trying to get away with something. Tell me about this Seven of Swords. Trump strategy. Theft, betrayal. Okay, the Two of Cups, some kind of partnership that he will enter into. My mind goes to Russia and Syria, and somehow aligning with Russia in some way. He's challenged by judgment. It's actually something quite significant because he won't be able to do the deal because of the judgment. This could even be reflecting on Doral, but I think it's something more than that. Let's keep going. The Tower as the foundation of the reading, breaking down structures, changing alliances, but also personally for Trump, this will bring on a Tower moment. In the past, we've got the Hermit card in September, the investigation. This could also be Ukraine trying to hide this because we've got the impeachment as the potential card in the future, or articles of impeachment. This is the movement by Democrats and Republicans to really pull away from Trump. We've got he will be thwarted in some way, okay, and because this is Trump being disappointed. It is to do with this commerce and expansion. It's to do with his own. All roads lead back to Putin, so it's to do with commerce and trade. What's he going to announce? It's to do with something that will benefit him as the King of Pentacles. He does want a new start. That's his hope. And we've got the World. So straight away the World card, endings and beginnings. But this contextualizes the Seven of Swords for me. It's to do with aligning with someone that they normally wouldn't. US normally wouldn't. And we've got, I think it's this shadow foreign policy again. We've got the Nine of Pentacles. This is enrichment, having enough finances to meet his needs. And we've got the Knight of Swords. So he's going to bring in his soldiers. It's to do with foreign policy. It could be to do with aligning or joining up, US troops joining up with somebody that they normally wouldn't have. What's going on at the base of the reading? We've got the Seven of Pentacles, review, investigation, reevaluation. We've got the Queen of Swords. We've got Pelosi in the house, and we've got him walking away, and we've got new starts. So there's something here. I do believe, I'm just going to draw a couple of clarifiers on the world card. I do believe it has to do with foreign policy. It is a theft and a betrayal of US interests for Trump's own ends. It could also be the further trying to cover up what has occurred in Ukraine. I do feel that there is a whistleblower, another whistleblower coming forward within the next week or two, mainly marrying with the dream that I had last night. There's something else here, theft and betrayal in the world. Is he going to align US military efforts here with a non-traditional ally? So he's going to... all right, let's just ask this world, the world card. Can we have some clarifications? Is this a foreign policy move that is not typical for the US? Another one. Tell me about this world of this the world card here, Spirit. Is this to do with foreign policy? Yes, we've got the Sun card, and it's going to be a fairly strong move. It's a proposal, and it's going to be quick, and it's going to take people by shock. But we've got the Democrats here and the Congress resisting it with this Ace of Swords. What's going on at the bottom? Yep, the Devil card. Again, this is a move that would enrich himself or has enriched himself, potentially according to my tarot cards, which may or may not be right. It's a deal struck with someone. And we've got this relocating troops, and this the three, the nexus of three: Russia, Syria, and Trump. So there's something possibly going on with foreign policy in Syria more that we don't know about yet. Some kind of move that's actually going to, I feel, even if we can still be shocked, there's something that's a potential future. So it's what he's thinking about at the moment. Where are we? It's 17 minutes. Let's just ask. Would Trump align? Now, Russia's in Syria, supposedly protecting the Kurds. Is US going to work with Russia, for example? We had Pelosi over in Jordan trying to, with a bipartisan delegation, trying to, I guess, diplomatically trying to promote peace within that region. What's going on there? Okay. I feel that Trump is not seen as acting in the US best interests. I think that's quite obvious to all now. Is Trump going to align with Russia in some way in foreign policy? Is Trump going to align with Russia in some way in relation to foreign policy? Will Trump align with Russia in some way in foreign policy? So we've got the world card again, which is sort of validating what's going on here with these cards. Will Trump try and align with Russia in relation to Syria? Yeah, I think that's what it is in some way. So we've got the Six of Wands. This is the Victor card, and of course Russian troops marched into Syria and got what they wanted. The challenge is the congressional pushback. So this is a deepening of what is done in Syria. We've got the Seven of Cups, illusions, smoke screens. We're not really seeing the whole truth of the matter. But this is also having to make choices and not being able to make a choice, which could go to a number of things, including the GOP deciding enough is enough. We've got in the past, we've got a level of fatigue, battle weariness in the past, and we've got the Ace of Wands. This was in the hopes and the fears in Trump's earlier pull, but this is a potential future, a new start. Okay, aligning with Russia would be a new start. We've got the Queen of Cups. There is more information to come on why Trump did what he did. We've got the card of manipulation here and actualizing something into reality right now. Yeah, okay. The environment around is the Nine of Pentacles. Goodness. Hopes and fears, the Six of Swords, the hope, moving on from something. And we've got wish fulfillment. Yeah, this is Russia. But he's going to be judged fairly heavily with it. And we've got our world card, endings and beginnings. Let's have a look at what's going on at the moment. The Ten of Wands, it's a bit of a struggle for Trump to do anything these days because people are really worried about domestic and national security. And we've got whistleblowers and communications coming forward. And we've got insecurity. People are generally feeling quite insecure. But this is also Trump being insecure about his money, the commerce and the expansion. And we've got the work. I do feel that whatever he's planning on doing potentially in relation to Russia and Syria, it's part of a longer game that he's been playing since he first announced about 8-9 months ago that he would be withdrawing troops from Syria. And of course the Congress pushed back then and the military pushed back because we knew what this would lead to. But this is more of the same. There is a predetermined agenda he's trying to achieve, and it is again all roads, as Pelosi said in that now what will become a historic photograph. All roads do lead to Putin. There's something else that is cooking, that has been brewing, that is still going to try and accomplish, according to my tarot cards. Okay, so let's have a look at where the GOP, before this will be my last question. Where are the GOP at the moment? Where are the GOP at the moment? Where are the GOP? Are they understanding this pulling away? Are they understanding this pulling away from Syria and playing into the hands of Russia, weakening of America? Are they behind this president? Has Trump overstepped the Rubicon? Are the GOP, are the Republican, where are they at the moment? Are they still supporting Trump? Defending the indefensible. The Star of Hope is suggesting that a lot of them are starting to move away. They're challenged by being at the crossroads, and they're having to make decisions, and in some cases compromises as well. Okay, it's happening really quickly. The amount of things that are coming out now with Trump at lightning speed, it's this quick motion toward an inevitable ending. In the past, we've got the Six of Wands, this victory card, and we've got in the sky, we've got loss. A potential future is loss for the Republicans, victory in the past and loss in potentially the future. The immediate future, we've got the Nine of Pentacles. This is again having enough independence or financial resources for to maintain your independence. This came up in a couple of Trump's readings. I feel that his business interests are what has Trump overstepped the Rubicon? Yes. Are the Republicans seeing this a little bit more clearly than what they did before? Yes. We had Moscow Mitch, shall I call him that, writing a scathing op-ed in the Washington Post, didn't name Trump, but condemning Trump's actions in Syria. This is to do with Trump's agenda to somehow go one step further even than what he's gone now and aid Russia in some way in the Middle East. We've got bombshells coming out now, and it's the whistleblowers. It's what the Republicans are finding out. It is around his shadow foreign policy that not even they were privy to. This is the White House versus the Senate, and even though they're aligned and they communicate, even the Senate wasn't involved in Trump's intimate communications with the Syria decision. Defending themselves and defending the indefensible. We've got this celebration coming together, card, I do feel this is supporting the Democrats in some way. The secrets having to come to the surface, the confusion abating, but it is around the Trump organisation, Trump's alliances, and also his business dealings while in the presidency. So even the Doral decision, Trump copped a backlash from Republicans. We've got what's happening now at the base of the pack. We've got something concluding, things moving on. This is also it's time now. It's time for new starts with the Ace of Wands. And we've got this Page of Pentacles that comes up so often. This, I do believe, is the revelations and the information that we will get in relation to Trump and his business interests. We've got the Ace of Cups, emotions being so strong, the Republicans can no longer ignore that. We've got them having to make a choice, and we've got the Ace of Pentacles accepting what's been going on in relation to Trump and Trump the businessman. Mick Mulvaney actually telling Chris Wallace on Fox News that Trump was still in the hotel business, and Chris Wallace replied, but does he not know that he's the President of the United States? We've got our Queen of Cups coming here. So I do feel that there's something else in relation to Trump's shadow foreign policy that is yet to be revealed. Could take us again to Syria and Russia and exactly what occurred there. Will we ever get a look at the call between Putin? He spoke to Putin and he spoke to Erdogan before he withdrew from Syria, US troops from Syria, and abandoned the Kurds. Will we ever get a look at those transcripts? Because I do feel that that will be critical to the impeachment inquiry. This is what he's worried about, I think, and we could even get a whistleblower coming forward and giving information around those two calls. Will we get a look? Will we get a look at the? Okay, no. Let's step back a minute. Was the Putin call related to the Erdogan call? Was Trump's Putin call related to the Erdogan call? Putin call related to the Erdogan call. What can you tell us about that, Spirit? Were they related? Were those two calls related? Feeling they were. Okay. So we've got, I do feel this is the truth, another bombshell yet to come. We've got the challenge is loss and betrayal. The betrayal here. We've got loss again, the Five of Cups, and this is for the Kurds, the betrayal that led to the Kurdish allies being left for dead in the desert. Okay, we've got the Star of Hope. Now these I do believe these are the whistleblowers that have the courage to come forward. Potential future, these are the investigators. I do feel that we will see or hear what these calls were relating to. It was relating to Putin's victory and Erdogan's victory in Syria. Again, we have the spy in the camp. Is this Trump or is this another whistleblower? That is in the present position. Information coming out and the government having to investigate it. The Hierophant, this could be playing out now that we don't see. We're not able to see it yet because it hasn't come to the surface. Hopes and fears, hard work to try and get this information out, but it is an ending of a cycle and things are coming out now, whether Trump likes it or not. There was a juggling and a manipulation here, trying to juggle the two, something that goes back to the past. He was also trying to juggle his financial interests with both Turkey and Russia, which go back a long way. And we've also got the American voters suggesting, I asked, will we see this? And I do feel that we will. Let's have a look at what's what's at the base of the pack. We've got the Magician card, actualizing something into reality. The Nine of Pentacles for Trump, again, having these financial resources. And we've got the Three of Wands. It was all about commerce and expansion. However, we've got all this information now coming out very quickly, and the Knight of Wands. This is the impeachment and investigation, impeachment investigation, and we've got the World, the foreign policy. So I do feel that the critical question that will be asked is, what was the Putin call related to the Erdogan call? And I do feel that this will be the next. I feel the next whistleblowing. The next whistleblower may have some news in relation to either of those calls. Okay, but the impeachment is pushing that. So I do feel that this was another reason why he walked back his Doral decision. But my reading this week is that Trump's still thinking about what he can get away with. All right, that's the reading for this week. We'll see how things pan out. There are lots of positive things happening, including the impeachment inquiry, including the Republicans now talking about wanting to see the impeachment inquiry and an impeachment trial. Voters in America now, the majority, saying they want to see him impeached and removed from office. And we've got the truth emerging. We've got something that we don't often focus on, and that's the collective will. I've just finished doing a reading on the collective will, and it's telling me that this is what's in motion at the moment. It's a powerful force that is driving the truth forward, and so we're able to see this. We were meant to see it, and we're going to see it. And I do feel this is something that Trump, Putin, and any other dictator, they can't quite grasp why this is coming forward so quickly. Why is this truth coming out? It's called democracy. It's called democracy, where cover-ups sometimes, if we're lucky, emerge to strengthen our democracies. And I do feel that's the flip side of what's going on now. So I'll leave that there, and I'll be back again with another reading soon. Thank you for tuning in and for your wonderful support of the channel.